Hi guys, it's Belle here and I'm coming back with Margarete Miller's challenge week 19. As always, I will leave the links to Margarete Miller's Etsy store where you can purchase the challenge prompts from, as well as her YouTube channel, and I have a playlist on my channel where you can see everything I did last year and everything I've done this year so far. So it's week 19, which should have been Mondays, but I was a week behind, so I should be caught up with this one, fingers crossed. But anyway, week 19. So let's get started. Let's rip my page out of this book, which I have been using. And let's have a look. So architecture. Now, you may or may not know, you probably do, I don't know, that at the weekend on Saturday, King Charles of the United Kingdom was crowned King Charles III. So I thought that I would commemorate that in this collage. Again, if you've been following me for a while, you will know that I love to mix memory keeping with my collages, just because it's fun when you look back through. And I've done quite a lot of that in the last few weeks because there's been a lot to remember. So the first thing was architecture. So I actually have this image here that I've just printed out from the computer, just printed it out. And this is the inside of Westminster Cathedral where King Charles was, get your words out today, Belle, coronated, crowned, whichever. And I also have this die cut. If I put it here, you can see it better. It's this castle die cut, which is also architecture, so I thought we could use that. Something with wings. So this is actually an embossed die cut by Tim Holtz. Have I got it here? It's this one. It's the Sizex 3D Impressionate. There's the number, if you can see that, if I keep that still and put my hand behind it. Yeah, so I cut those out because it says something with wings. Well, gold wings seems appropriate. A bumpy surface. Well, this, because it is embossed, is bumpy. You can just see that in the light. A coin or currency. So again, what I did was I printed out a couple of images. So I have this sort of fake coin. I have a picture of the crown and obviously King Charles getting in all his fancy schmancy regalia. So that's my coin, black and white. So what I have here is I have these, again, the little die cuts. So I have this little die, like a prince and princess, and some dragonflies. Don't know why dragonflies. So I thought I could use those. I've just cut them all out of black and white card. I also did the prince and princess in black card because I don't know which one I'm going to prefer. And then bonus squiggles. So this was a free set that I got with a magazine, a free stamp set that I haven't used yet, and it has these squiggly bits and I thought we could use those. Also, I found this poem that says my kingdom, and then I have a vintage dictionary page with the word king on there, so I thought we could use that too. So let's get started, guys. I mean, I'm just always fascinated by things like the coronation because history is what I have my degree in and everything. History is, well, my first love. Fascinated by it. As I said, that's what I got my degree in. That's what has always been an interest to me. So yes, I was fascinated to watch the coronation. They brought out a book that was from 600 and 600 BCAD. They call it something else now, don't they? Anyway, oh my gosh, just wanted to get my hands on the book so I could look at it. So I'm thinking of kind of using that as a background because I kind of want the castle as well down here. Realistically, I could actually leave the white, but I could do it like this. So we would have the castle down there like so. Yeah, so anyway, which means the little white and black prince and princess would work better. So possibly. Don't want to stick that down yet. What I want to do is cut all these out, and then I can make a decision as to where I want to place things and if I want everything, because I may not want everything. I do need this coin, so let's cut this out. So yes, so for me it's less about like the monarchy and more about just history, watching history be made, looking at all those bits and pieces. As crafters, you know, the cloak that he was wearing, the, what was it called, the golden robe or something, and it's all embroidered and golden thread and you know, all that stuff. So it's just the history aspect that fascinates me. As I said, being a historian, and then seeing the coach, the golden coach that is from King George's reign, I believe it's about 300 years old, something like that. Very uncomfortable, but beautiful to look at. Wood with actual gold leaf gilding. And I don't know if any of you watch Bridgeton at all, but the new series came out. Obviously, I think they've done it in time to link in with the coronation, and it goes back and shows you Queen Charlotte when she first gets married to George III. Obviously, a lot of it is not historically accurate. They put that at the beginning. They're not trying to be completely historically accurate. They're trying to make a show that focuses a little bit in history, but they can have creative license with. But the coach, the golden coach, they actually had a replica of it for the show, because obviously it's George III. So yeah, I found that really interesting. By the way, if you haven't watched, if you are a fan of Bridgerton and haven't watched the Queen Charlotte series yet, just be prepared. It was not as warm and cozy, parts of it, as the rest of Bridgerton, I find. It dealt with some really difficult issues, because obviously George III had conditions. So yeah, just be prepared if you haven't watched that yet. But otherwise, it was really good. I thought the actors were amazing in it. But it was just, it sort of made me smile to see that link, especially as we'd actually seen the actual coach that Charles and Camilla drove back to Buckingham Palace were in after the coronation. So yeah, that really fascinated me as a historian. Yeah, it's just one of those things, isn't it? Like, yeah, do I want it down here? Let me bring this up. Could have it down there and then have the castle more up here. No, I feel like I want to see this part of the architecture because it's so beautiful. And then if we had that bit down there, then you would see black and white down there through it. The coin could kind of go up there. I was thinking of putting the gold either side of the coin, but we could cut Charles out and put the wings behind him. Or we have the crown and I could just put the wings behind the crown, I suppose. Yes, let's do this. So anyway, let me know down below if you watched it and what you thought of it. It's very strange. I know a lot of people around the world are fascinated by the British monarchy, and what goes on and what doesn't go on, and I'm not going to get into all that because that is not for me to do. But here in the UK, it's very, there's lots of mixed feelings, shall we say, about the whole thing, which again is understandable at this time, but it was still nice to watch it, I thought. Well, I enjoyed watching it anyway. So I want to put my kingdom behind there just because I think it'd look quite good. So I'm going to have this down here. So yeah, let me know if you watched it and what you thought. I thought the horses, that was all amazing. Yeah, there was a lot of, like, there was just lots to look at. Lots and lots of history. See, I want that, I think. I want my kingdom bit at the top. And then, yeah, like I said, you've got the Bridgeton episode of Charlotte, which was, yeah, it was good. It was good. Just dealt with hard issues, but, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm going to trim that off, I think, at the bottom. Yeah, so I kind of wanted that there so that I could have this here and this down here. And then you've got all this kind of greenery and stuff. What I might do is I might tear this a little bit. I don't know why, but I want to. So that's what we're doing. I know King Charles, as he now is very into his environment. So all the little creatures. I've got a little frog down there, which reminds me of like the prince and the princess and the frog. Yeah, so that's quite nice. I like all that. And then that could go there. I could theoretically put the gold above there. Do you know what? I'm liking how that's coming together. So let's get this stuck down and actually get some bits down on the page. So yeah. So let me know either way. Did you watch the coronation and what did you think about it? As I said, there are very mixed feelings here in the UK. And do you watch Bridgeton? And have you watched the Queen Charlotte series yet? I think I watched it in 2 days. It kind of gets me that way. It was episode 4 that I kind of went, oh no, it's not going where I like it. But yeah, it's also very moving. I mean, the real George and Charlotte actually do seem to have had great affection or love for each other. So that was nicely portrayed, even though, like I said, Bridgerton's not an accurate historical show. So that was very nice. But yeah, they do seem to have had a great love for one another. I'm going to cut this bit off because I don't need it. So let's get this all glued. I can get this on. But yeah, there are some sad topics in the show. I just also really love the dresses and headdresses, and that show is so elaborate. I mean, the costume designs on that are amazing. So as someone who has done theatre studies, and I actually specialised in set design, I know just how much work goes into both the sets and the costumes in shows like that. Right, now let's get this glued down and then we can go from there. Yeah, stunning, absolutely stunning, the work. But those wigs, I mean, originally they would have been ridiculously tall. Everyone during that period must have had some sort of headache constantly, the women, because they are ridiculously heavy, and they were probably a little bit smelly too. But yeah, they must have had they did have constant headaches and neck pains and things like that. No wonder a lot of them were grumpy. But yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm not doing all of it because I want to put the little prince and princess underneath. So I'm going to do that. Let's really pat it all down. So that was interesting. It's been quite an interesting month. Well, we're in May now, but April was certainly full of stuff. And now May. Yes, that's lovely. Where is the lid to my glue? There we go. And we have the coin, which I want. Maybe the crown underneath. And didn't I want these under the coin? Do the whole thing like that, really, couldn't I? Yes, I like that. And I want them under there. I also have the word king, so let's just tear that out. Doesn't matter if it's not all perfect. But I just want it torn out. So yes, and kingdom. I might put that up here under the word kingdom. Okay, so that's looking good. So let's get this glued down first. But how are you guys? Anyway, what have you been up to? It's good to be catching up. We have been super busy here with lots going on, which is both good and obviously it's always a little bit like, oh, exhausting, but that's good too. The weather is getting lovely. My garden is ridiculously growing in it. Basically, I cannot keep on top of the grass at the moment. So I want that like that because it's just growing so well, which is lovely. Okay, so this book has these photos in it and I want to keep these. I mean, look at that. Isn't that lovely? So I want to keep that. Okay, so we've got all of that. We've got these wings. So let's glue the wings. Do I want them on top? I kind of want it saying Charles III. I mean, not that I won't know that it's Charles III, but I think I want it on top. So let's glue this down first. And then, yeah, this collage will soon be done and it will be another memory keeping one. Of course. So if I want those there, there we go. It doesn't matter it's going off here because these bits do stick out, so I don't mind that. And then let's stick this down. Love this wing die, embossing die. It's beautiful. I managed to pick it up in the sale. Maybe we'll have the wings off to the side a little bit. I feel like, yeah, needed something with golden wings. Okay, so now what I want to do, because one of the bonus prompt is, I mean, we didn't put King Charles on there, but we don't need him because it's here and got the thing. One of the bonus prompts is squiggles. So what I want to do is I'm going to put this down, and I want to use some squiggles on here. So there is this really long one, which I like. I'm hoping it doesn't look too overpowering if I kind of did it at a weird angle. I don't know. Let's go for it. That's all we can do. So I'm going to use my stays on. I'm just kind of going to do that. There we go. Squiggles there. That looks good. Let's stamp off the rest of this. Right. And then we're going to glue this here. I think that looks quite good, actually. Yeah, we're going to glue that there. And then I'm going to use more of the squiggly stamps in other parts of this. I was going to use the dragonflies, but do you know what? I don't need them, so that's okay. And that also gives us our black and white. Okay, let's have a look what other squiggles we've got. We've got some fun squiggles. Maybe I want a bit more of that squiggle up the top there. Just up the top here in this corner. So I'll do that. That looks like a squiggle. Cool. And maybe a little bit here. A bit more of a squiggle. And then we've got this fun one that I really like the look of. This little one, you'll see it better when I actually put it on. And I want to use that too. So it's got squiggles all over it. And there we go. So let's just move all this to the side and let's have a look, shall we? So architecture. So we've got Westminster Cathedral as well as this die cut of a palace. Something with wings, actual wings. A bumpy surface embossed on the wings. A coin or currency. So we've got this fake coin commemorating... I'm wondering if I want this pulled off. Commemorating the coronation. Yeah, quite like that. Black and white. So we've got the black castle, the white here, and obviously with them having the squiggles on them, that's black and white too. And bonus squiggles. We use the squiggles stamps all over. I'm not sure if I like it all. It does look a bit messy in places. But there we go. So let's get that done. That is week 19. And it is commemorating the coronation of Charles III of the United Kingdom. So yeah. There we go, guys. Let me know what you think down below. And again, like I said, let me know if you watched the coronation or if you've watched Queen Charlotte from Bridgeton. And until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will be back again very soon. Until then, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having lots and lots of crafty fun. Bye for now.